Him paying for it? Green flag, princess treatment.
Welcome back, everyone. Today we're diving into a topic that had been making waves on TikTok: the so-called princess treatment. We all seen those videos where women romanticize the idea of their boyfriends treating them like loyalty, but let's be real. This concept only feels more like a fantasy than reality. In many cases, it seems what they really want is to be treated like children. We see boyfriends getting praised for simple gestures like opening doors, which raises the question, are these low standards really what we should aspire in our relationships as a whole? Remember to comment your thoughts, like and subscribe, and thank you for 19 subscribers and your comments. I appreciate it.
Date men that let you be the princess and leave the princesses to go find their king. If he thinks he is the prize, you are not something that's going to be won. Your presence is not going to be something that's appreciated. You're not going to be treated like a valuable asset because you're disposable. He sees himself as the prize, as something that needs to be won over. So you're going to have to go above and beyond to make him feel that way. That's not a place you want to be. That's going to put you in a very regressive state. This is not even about masculine energy and feminine energy. I'm just talking about the nature of the relationship. There can't be two. So if you see a man that wants to be wined and dined, that wants to have things planned for him, now I'm not saying that you can't reciprocate appreciation to your partner. That's not what I'm saying. But in the early stages, that's not your job.
First, let's get technical. Princesses don't find kings, they find princes, while queens find kings. In a relationship, no one should see themselves as the prize. If a woman thinks she's the prize, it can create an imbalance in the relationship because the man can probably eventually see and feel the same treatment and gestures aren't being reciprocated, which can cause feelings of resentment. For instance, being taken out to dinners at the start of a relationship doesn't guarantee that this level of effort will continue in the long run. It is very easy to fake your way into being this giving person for a couple weeks, months, even a year, a couple years until you get tired of doing it.
I don't know which sprinkle girlies need to hear this, but you all need to stop telling men, I demand princess treatment. First of all, how annoying. Like, who are you? I don't know about them, but if I was this man, I would do the opposite just to spite you. I'm toxic like that, even if I wanted to treat you nicely initially. Now, number 2. Have you heard of the saying, confidence is quiet and insecurity is loud? Women and girls that are used to princess treatment would never feel the need to say anything like that. That's just their standards. Look, I don't know the universal definition of princess treatment, but I've always gotten princess treatment by men based on my definition. And I've never felt the need to tell anyone that's what I need, that's what I want. They just do it. Now, number 3, before you demand to be treated like a princess, please make sure you've got something in return to offer. And no, I'm not talking about money here. I'm talking about your mindset, your respect, emotional intelligence, all that jazz. And if you're gonna tell me, oh, what I bring to the table is how beautiful I look, guess what? If all you can bring to the table is how beautiful you look, you're gonna find a man that only cares about how beautiful you look. That's just superficial like that. Is that what you want? I don't think so. You're welcome.
I find it quite cringy and strange when someone outright states that they only offer princess treatment to a potential partner. First, it's important not to set rigid expectations at the start of a relationship. If someone feels pressure to perform nice gestures just to meet those expectations, they might do it for you rather than out of genuine desire. This creates an imbalance where the relationship is based on solely how he caters to you rather than a mutual exchange. This is simply not fair. This video says, seeing videos from this trend has convinced me that the princess treatment is the baby treatment. Feeding her, carrying her, taking off her shoes, those are things you do for a baby, which I agree with. Then we have this video of a mom having a fake steering wheel while her husband drives her around. I guess you call them passenger princesses, which is very cringy as well, but what is going on? This one says, I thought princess treatment was stuff like getting breakfast in bed, not having a toy car wheel and pretending to drive beside your man. They are right. They are right. This is ridiculous. Trying to be like a child, I guess, because I don't know why an adult with a sound mind would want to genuinely have a toy car wheel. So I found this article on medium.com that took more of a stance from the men's perspective, and this article is titled "Men Aren't Looking for Princess Treatment" by the world's happiest medium. It starts off saying, for a man, looking for an emotional support or understanding from a woman can be a lot like looking for water in the desert. Simply put, you're probably going to die before finding what you need, but in the desert scenario, no one's going to mock you for wanting water. Far too many women look down on men wanting to take an emotional stand. They say these men want princess treatment, meaning they want special care and attention, because not being happy while being treated like is apparently special treatment at this point in the world of dating. Not all women, but enough. It is important to be clear that not all women are like this. In fact, it's probably fair to say that most women are not dismissive of men's feelings. The problem is the ones who are dismissive are incredibly loud and tend to dominate the conversation, particularly on social media. Look, we've been over some of this before, and if you've been on social media at all, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's enough that it's kind of a problem, especially when it comes to the new complaint of the male princess treatment. Giving men princess treatment. Princess treatment is when someone in a relationship is given extra special care and attention. This can take any number of forms, from simple things like never doing any other driving or cleaning to not having to work at all. Essentially, it means different things to different people. According to some female TikTokers, the other part of the equation is the fact that princess treatment only applies to one member of the relationship. For someone to receive princess treatment, someone has to provide princess treatment. In most cases, it's the man providing princess treatment to the woman. According to some female TikTokers, men are now seeking princess treatment. But are men looking to be princess passengers or pillow princesses? Nope. They just want to have their emotions acknowledged and be treated like actual human beings. Under this, they tag this TikTok that says, "It's 2023 and men be wanting princess treatment so bad." In response to that video, they wrote, "Apparently this qualifies as princess treatment to some women and they are mocking men for it. When you wonder why your man doesn't want to talk or share his feelings, this is the answer. When they do, there is all too often a woman wanting to admonish them for it. More like human treatment. It's hard to say when being treated like a person becomes princess treatment because that's just how it seems these days. What's even more perplexing about this is it's often men standing up for themselves, and that gets them the princess label." I found this article to be insightful, especially in highlighting how men's feelings often get overlooked. In many TikTok videos, the focus is primarily on how women want to be treated in relationships with little advice on how to treat men. The examples of princess treatment showcased on TikTok can be quite absurd. For instance, a man helping his partner down the stairs is a sweet gesture, but it's nothing extraordinary. Similarly, while having your man rub your legs is nice, it's something many partners would do without being asked. It's important to recognize that relationships should be about mutual care and respect.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. People use princess treatment, especially early in dating, to manipulate you. But there are some things that are green flags, not red flags. So here's my list. And shout out to all the girlies in my comments on the first video that I made about princess treatment and when it can be toxic, because a lot of the things that they talked about that their boyfriends do and they have these great healthy relationships are on this list. Okay, first we have good manners. I feel like this doesn't have to be said, but I'm gonna say it. Okay, if you are going out with somebody and he's doing things like holding the door for you, green flag. Paying for the date, especially if it was his idea. Like if you are inviting this man to a steak dinner restaurant, you should not be expecting him to pay for it. If you pick that place out, unless he's like, "Hey, this is the type of place I'm thinking, which one would you choose?" And then like, yes, he suggested it, he agreed to the price point, right? But like, especially if it's a first date, you're getting coffee, you're getting drinks, like him paying for it, green flag, princess treatment. Okay, next we have small gifts. Small, not expensive. This stuff is like flowers, and to me it's always a bonus point because like I am very upfront about the fact that I have pets. So if he checks and makes sure that the flowers that he gets for me are cat safe. And then coffee when you're not on a date. So it's somebody that you see in your day-to-day life. It's a coworker, it's a friend, there's somebody that like, you know, lives in your apartment building or something like that, and he brings you coffee when you're not on a date. Green flag. Of course, that's like something specific to me because I am a big coffee drinker, so whatever your version of that is, love it for you. The next one is showing up with actions. Actions, not words, because let's be real, anybody can say words. Showing up with actions is actually meaning it. One way that people do that is by offering to help you with something. And if you're like me, it can be kind of hard to accept that. So you got to kind of work on that too, because I was dating this guy and we didn't have plans that night, But he was texting me and I was like, I just got this like budget thing I have to do for work. Like, this is going to be a rough one. Like, I am going to be working all night on this, like, no joke. And I wasn't trying to bait it. Yeah, like, I'm not going to be able to talk to you very much tonight. Like, I have to figure out how I'm going to make this budget work. He immediately goes, okay, what do you want for dinner? I was like, no, I have to work tonight. And he goes, I know, I'm going to pick it up and drop off food for you. I want to make sure you eat. It sounds like you've got a crazy night. That's princess treatment. And then learning your favorite order at places. Like, when I was with a guy that I was dating and we pulled into the Dunkin' drive-thru and he just ordered my coffee order, it's not hard, especially if you've gone to get coffee with someone before and you know what their order is, or ask once and then remember it forever. These are just a couple examples, but the biggest thing about all of them is that he's putting in the effort to get to know you. He's not just doing like the blanket little things that show up online of like sending flowers every day or like texting you constantly or sending a good morning text every day. Like, yes, that is sweet, but that takes zero effort to actually get to know you as a person. Okay, get out there and find someone who treats you like a princess. I'll see you later.
I find myself wondering if people realize many of these gestures are simply basic expectations of a gentleman. Good manners like a man paying for the first date are generally expected, though not mandatory. Gestures like bringing flowers, ordering coffee, or lending a helping hand are nice, but should be seen as standard behavior. An attentive partner would naturally remember your favorite orders and preferences. While I agree that these can be green flags indicating a nice guy, they shouldn't be viewed as extraordinary or princess treatment. What about the other complicated parts of being in a relationship? Nice gestures are surface level. That's all I have for today's video, so tell me guys what you think. Do you have a different take on princess treatment, or do you agree with any parts that I stated in this video? Comment down below, like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.